Nettle is one of the most widely recognised plants. It is often called a weed, but it is actually an amazing herbal medicine which can be used for skin complaints, for allergies and period support. In today's video, I'm diving into nettle's use as a menstrual tonic so that you can understand how to best use nettle to support your menstrual cycle. It's an amazing herb for menstrual health. Nettle is this supportive menstrual tonic, which I often recommend women take during their period. I always drink it during my menstruation, and the rest of the month too, a lot of the time. But nettles are really nourishing and full of minerals. Each month when we bleed, we lose anywhere from 30 to 80 mils of blood, depending on if we have a heavy flow or not. So by restoring these mineral levels, we can feel less tired, experience less PMS and cramps, and we just generally have a happier period, which I know sounds good to me. So nettle is a traditional herbal tonic, and it's seen by some herbalists as a Western European adaptogen. So it helps the body to adapt to stress thanks to this high nutrient profile. It strengthens and supports the whole body, and thus it can be really supportive as a herbal ally in those premenstrual and menstrual days when so many of us don't feel that we have the support we need. We can often get the support from the plants. Nettle is a wonderful herbal ally, especially if you have heavy periods. Nettle has this astringent action, which is used to stop excess bleeding, but that includes heavy menstrual bleeding. I do recommend nettle tea during your period, whether it's heavy or not. But if you have heavy periods, nettle's iron content may help to prevent anemia, which is associated with the heavy bleeding, alongside that astringent action to make the heavy periods less heavy. Nettle then is also great for hormonal acne. It's a wonderful herb for the skin anyway. It's a depurative herb, meaning that it helps to detoxify the body. The skin is our largest organ of detoxification, and it often needs a bit of support in those premenstrual days when the other organs of detoxification, the liver, the kidneys and the bowel, they're pretty much overworked. The liver has to process the extra hormones being excreted following the premenstrual drop in estrogen and progesterone. Many women also get constipated before their period, so that can cause a backup, and that can contribute to more premenstrual acne too. So obviously you can look at all of these different areas, but nettle can help with the skin side by detoxifying, and then its diuretic properties can help the kidneys to clear toxins as well. And then because nettle is a diuretic herb, it can be also helpful for any kind of swelling or edema, swelling of the ankles or breasts or abdomen, all common in PMS. Nettle also seems to help balance blood sugars, which can ease those premenstrual cravings. And balancing blood sugars is so beneficial for so much more than cravings, and it's especially important if you have PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. So how do you use nettles to support your menstrual cycle? Well, nettle can be drunk as a tea or taken as a tincture. Both can easily be found in a health food shop or from your local friendly herbalist, but nettles do grow everywhere in Ireland and the UK and further afield as well. So you can just get your hands on a pair of gardening gloves and pick some fresh nettles and just cover them with boiling water and then strain to make a fresh tea, which is so delicious. You can also eat nettles. Once they're cooked, they lose their sting, so don't worry. Nettles were an ancestral food for us in Ireland and in the UK. And these nutritious young leaves were this spring delight for many after really long winters when nutritious greens just were really hard to come by. Its name in Ulster Irish, interestingly, translates to field cabbage, which I think is so cool, and that really denotes its use as a food. And it was said to be one of the main plants that kept people alive during the famine here in Ireland. Nettle pesto is quite trendy now, at least it seems to be among the foraging enthusiasts that I follow on Instagram. But our ancestors were also really into nettle porridge, so nettles mixed with oats, and of course nettle soup. I'd love to know if you've eaten nettles before, and if you have any great nettle recipes, please share them in the comments below. Get them ready for springtime when all the nettles are sprouting back up again after winter. So thanks so much for taking time to watch this video. I absolutely adore getting to share these magical plants with you all. If you found it helpful, please like and share and subscribe and all that good stuff. Thank you so much, and here is to happier periods.